Sometimes it's good to remember the good old days. Back in the day when I really wasn't doing that much YouTube content, one of my favorite things to do was come out here on Redfeather Falls with my recurve in hand and just do some hunting, generally for whitetail and moose. And I used to do the Throwback Thursday videos, but then Thursday kind of became my off day, but I realized why not do a Flashback Friday? So that's what we're doing today, just basically a hunt that I used to do way back in the day here on Redfeather Falls in the Hunter Classic, and just walking around seeing what we can get. So we're down here in the south. I'm just going to be moving along through this island chain, and basically you saw maybe that I started pretty early at 6 a.m. and what I used to do is just kind of crouch along basically for the first maybe half hour till I could see a little better, and just call in everything I see, just take it down with the recurve. Hopefully, I'm not saying I'm going to be as good with the recurve as I used to be. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm doing a lot of tracking this hunt, but just let's see what we can get. So, go figure, the very first track we get on this Flashback Friday is a max weight moose, 552 620, and somewhat fresh, just 20 minutes ahead of us, so definitely gonna have to be crouching now. I think that is probably him, 560 to 600. Unfortunately, he's not that special, and that is him, but we'll try to call him in, and he'll be a decent kill for our first one here. I did bring the 300 as well. That was my main rifle of choice back in the day, because it was the only real big rifle I had, but we're going to try to stick to the recurve because that was what I always liked to do. I was very much back in the day, and still am, a believer that bow hunting is more efficient. You end up getting more animals, seeing more animals, and ultimately getting more big animals. But I definitely do more gun hunting now than I used to. I do feel like it's still a very viable tactic. This is a really, really bad angle. I hate those angles, but not bad. Haven't shot the recurve in, I would say, at least a month or two, and first shot is a drop. Straight up heart at 10 meters, a 130 scoring moose. That's really kind of sad for the weight we had, but it happens. And you know what's great about this? I generally, when I'm making videos these days, I kind of ignore most females, especially early on in the video. I tend to try to really focus on getting males just because obviously they're more interesting than a female with no score, but because I'm trying to copy like my sort of back in the day mentality, I'm just shooting everything I see. I don't really care, and it's just like it's a little more consistent. I get to shoot a little more consistently, I get to have animals a little more consistently, and that makes it just a little more fun. But yeah, another heart shot there, and I just like, I don't know, these days I don't shoot everything I see. I really do focus on males, again, because they actually have a score. They're more interesting. There's more of a chance of them actually being a big trophy animal. But I am, for this video and probably any Flashback Friday I do in the future, because I'm planning on continuing this, maybe not every week, but at least once a month or something. I'll try to do that more, where I'm really just kind of shooting everything I see rather than just the males that I come across. Definitely don't think we got a whitetail spawn today. Another bull moose coming in 115 to 135. I've actually got a track from yet another bull that went up to 580 kilograms, so he could be big, but then again we get a max weight one that's not big, so not really holding my breath for that. This is probably not going to be a drop shot. That angle's really, really rough. Ah, never mind. Go figure. It's like riding a bike. Haven't shot the recurve in forever, but apparently I still got it. 127 score on that one, though, and wasn't the last one like exactly 10.7 meters as well? I don't know, I seem to remember that, but I guess I'll track this one that goes up to whatever it was, 580 or something, just because it could be big. I think this might be our moose. The weight about lines up. I've also got a whitetail buck coming in that I kind of want to see. I'm going to go ahead and give a moose call, because that buck is going to be coming right at me. In fact, I think, is that actually him? It is, and that is a rather sad buck, and we've got another moose calling out. This little area is pretty busy right now, but the bad thing is that moose is rather stuck. And that buck's going to try to pretty much walk right at me because I've been calling, so I got to get over here where I can get a shot at that moose. I might have to go for double lung just because I'm not sure that I'll have a heart shot angle. Oh, there we go. He got unstuck and then walked right into another tree. Go figure. See if we can hit this. Perfect. And that sent the other moose running, and I did see that he was not all that big, so I think at least this was the one that we're tracking. The only way we can find out is just pick him up. Heart shot, obviously, and our biggest one so far, a 165.6. And let's see if our tracks disappear. They have not. So the weird thing is that moose that called out was a new trail. So there's yet another moose in that range out here, so I guess I'll go find him. I'm not sure if that's the same buck coming back. I really didn't focus on how big he was, but if he's going to walk this way, I might as well drop him. Then we've got the tracks and any potential for him to call out later just gone. Hopefully I can get to a spot where I can drop him. I really don't like shooting deer straight on. I'm rather okay with the moose. As you've seen, that's my preferred angle, but if I can get broadside on a deer, that would be definitely my preferred angle. That might actually be the moose. That's yet another moose calling out. This is insane, and I literally can't even see. That works. Alright, so we've got at least 2 moose, although that's the one that just called, I think. He's not too special. Not going to follow that one. And apparently we have a forever calculating score whitetail, but that was not the shot I went for. It got right lung, liver, and stomach. Fortunately, it did drop him, but I wanted double lung. I do just want to grab that moose's track again and see if I just spotted the one I've been following, which I did not. I definitely spotted the one that called, so all we got to do is find this one. So that is our moose, which I actually spooked as I came over here, 135 to 160, but since he's spooked and not going to want to come in very easily, we are going to crack out for the first time the 300, so if he'll just stop again, we'll go for a heart shot on him. Hopefully he's not much smaller than that last one we just shot, probably like in the mid 150s or something. But down he goes, and I think that's already kill number 6. Like, did he just... what the heck? I don't know if he was still falling or what I saw there, but just being able to... I don't know, like the fact that I'm tracking animals around and tracking animals that aren't max weight and stuff, I feel like a lot less pressure is on me for some reason. I don't know, like I always try to get at least one big animal per hunt, and I don't always succeed in that, but I don't... for this video specifically, I don't really care if we get one or not. I'm just out to have a good time, remember the good old days, and just do a hunt like I used to do, what, 3-4 years ago now, but it's just really interesting how we're getting like this many animals doing it. But he is a 151, that's not a bad moose, and I am going to get back to where I was. Alright, I've made a moose mad. Can you, like, not charge? Thank you. Alrighty, yep. Pretty sure I spooked the bull moose I was trying to call in, because the only reason I knew that that moose was going to charge me, I thought she was just walking past, but a whitetail randomly spooked, and when animals around you spook and there's a moose that's kind of just standing there, oh hey, he didn't spook, that means that animal is going to charge. So we got lucky and dropped this one. Was another heart shot, and I know it was like high heart, you can tell there that I hit right at the top of the heart, but luckily that moose did not spook. This was yet another new trail, so we've just got a really high, I think, both moose spawn and a high male moose spawn. I feel like that's a thing, like you can get high spawns of animals and then also like high spawns of males like really rarely. Usually there's a higher ratio of females, but this definitely feels like there's more males so far. That is rather sad though, 125 to 150, but at least getting them out of the way. As I said, this seems to be a high spawn rate of moose and moose males, so getting the small ones out of the way might lead to bigger ones later on when we're not getting calls from all the small ones and the just like majority of them. I didn't mean to shoot when he was walking. What is that ring that appeared? That was kind of weird. Can I hit him again? Nope. But that should have been a single lung shot, I would think. And it is, so he won't be going too far. And along the way, we've got a whitetail buck coming in, although nothing too special, 110 to 135, and of course he's going to stop in a place where I can't really get a shot, but if I just kind of scoot over here, I think we'll be able to sneak something in there. These are the weird angles that I always manage to mess up, but I'm going to try to not do that. And that's pretty much perfect, and our bull moose is actually down right there, so we don't have to do any extra tracking. We're going to be all caught up here, and yeah, just dropping everything, and there's a lot of animals this spawn. And other than that one moose that we shot, we've literally hit a heart shot on everything, 124 score on that guy. Other than this moose right down here, every shot has been a heart shot so far, I think. Or maybe not. I didn't heart shoot the other whitetail, never mind. I forgot about that one, but doing pretty decent in terms of actually hitting the heart, although I didn't necessarily try to on that last shot. I was more worried about getting to both lungs, kind of just happened to be in that heart area, but this is actually really fun. I'm 45 minutes in, get yet another bull moose calling, and I think 8 animals down. Like, this is going really, really well. But this one was a left lung shot, 131 score, and I guess we're going to try to get this next bull moose. There might be a lot of animals, but there's not a lot of very big ones. 75 to 95, that is pushing my personal smallest. I think I actually have one below 70, like 68 point something. I don't remember the exact score, but this guy is definitely not going to be, if he's much above 80, I would be surprised. See if we can slide this into the heart, though. Oop, that was a little bit far forward. I think that is going to be a body shot. I'm going to run up and check here real quick before we fire the rifle, but it is a body shot. We're going to try to hit him again then. That's about perfect. Got him in the spine, maybe not into one lung as well. I'll actually walk up there, and if he's not down yet from the lung hit, I'll just get a recurve arrow and finish him off. And I suppose we better do that because I'm not necessarily sure we got into his lungs. We'll just stick that double lung and he'll be down in just a second. Alright. Wow. Not exactly double lung, liver, stomach on that last shot, but 82 score and him right about where I figured he would be. Wasn't planning on firing 3 shots at him, but got him down quick enough. And we've got yet another not too impressive buck. 120 to 145, though I think if it wasn't for a few stickers he has, he might actually be a 130s, which is actually somewhat rare for that rack style, but stopping at 27, this will be the longest shot we've taken so far, but why not give it a shot? I think I still kind of remember how to aim for that. Yep, I would say so. Buck down, and what, like our 10th animal so far? And we're just hitting the hour mark here in 5 minutes, so it's been like really efficient, just nothing big yet. Hopefully taking out all these small guys will eventually lead to a big one. But he ends up at 125.4, so maybe he wouldn't have been a 130 without the stickers, but either way, nothing too impressive. So I'm actually going to fast travel anyway. I might as well drop this buck with the 300. He is spooked at the moment. I've actually just been heading to this tent to grab camping supplies because I didn't bring that. See if we can get him. Actually, might have to aim a little high. That'll work just fine. He's down out there 200 meters away, and I will run over and grab my camping supplies and claim him. Not bad for a 208 meter shot, right lung, and a 127 score, so I'm going to fast travel. I'm going to go to this tent right here, which usually will have a whitetail or a moose waiting for me, so we'll see. And there is a whitetail buck, so hopefully he'll be decent. In fact, it won't be too long till we find out from the looks of it, but we'll jump in the stand and bring him in. That is not what I meant. 40 to 65. Not only that, we've got another one over there. Not much better. I do have a whitetail buck, I think, track in front of me. It is not the one that called. I'm glad about that, because I was just sitting here waiting for that buck to come in. That looks, I think it might be a whitetail track. If it's a moose, then obviously it looks big, but I think it's a whitetail buck, in which case it might be like max weight. So I'm going to try to drop this guy as he's walking through here. And I suppose I will call in that other one to get his tracks and calls out of the way, and number 2, actually I'm going to jump down and look. If this is a whitetail buck, he might end up coming in. That is a moose track. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. It's a cow moose track even, so that kind of crushed that dream, but while we're down here, we'll grab the little buck we have. 57. What a beast. And we've got one, I think he's bigger, although not by much, on his way in. And apparently nothing else is going to come in, so I guess we're shooting yet another pathetic whitetail buck, which I haven't even actually looked at to see the score estimate, but it's not going to be impressive. 50 to 70. And he is stopping right there. I would just, if I mess this up, I'm going to be sad because I really don't want to track this guy. Shouldn't have said anything. Can I hit him on the run? Yep. Not tracking a tiny buck. I don't care if I'm spooking whatever's around here. Really don't feel like tracking something that small. First shot was almost where I tried to hit. Got left lung and shoulder blade. I was trying to get through the neck bone and actually got into the neck bone on the second shot. 53 score for him. I think he was bigger than, wasn't the last one 52? I don't think anybody cares. They're both so tiny, but I'm going to move around a bit, try to get hopefully something decent, and we'll probably wrap it up. Well, that's kind of sad. 90 to 100 kilograms, 100 to 125 score, and I tracked him for a good like 20 minutes or so. Luckily, it didn't take any longer than that. He had us spotted, but he is down. I really was hoping he'd be bigger than that. He was a 85 to 100 kilo track, but obviously very small in terms of score. And wow, 95 kilograms, 121 score. He could definitely have been way bigger than that. But I had another track that I kind of walked past back there that looked like it might have been a big whitetail track, so I'm going to go check that out. Finally, we have something decent. 160 to 185. He looks like he's probably in the 170s. I don't see any major deductions, but just once again, moving along, got a 85 to 100 track. This time it actually worked out, and we're going to try to drop him with the recurve, although he's not really coming in where I was hoping he would. He was kind of walking right down the road and then kind of jumped over to the far side there, so I'm going to start calling a little bit. Try to get him coming this way. I might have to take a front-on shot, and looks like that might just be the case, but I'll kind of crawl up this way. If he... he's walking back the other way now. Now I'm more wanting to go down here, and I'm going to stop because he's stopping. For those of you that don't know, generally when an animal is stopped, they are way more likely to sense you. When they're moving, you're pretty much good to move, draw back your bow, whatever, like crouch up to do that. That is a general rule. If they're really close to you, that's about the only time that that does not work. So right now, because he's moving, I'm going to crouch up. He did just stop, and he noticed us, but that was far too late for him. So just trying to show that off, like that is kind of the way to deal with getting big animals close. Try to move when they're moving, try to crouch up while they're moving, and get your shot in when they stop and notice you. But yeah, I think that should be a 170s. Close enough, 169.133. I do wish I paid a bit more attention to the sunlight because we're having to take our trophy shot in the shade, but that is going to do it for this video. That was a blast getting to just come out with the recurve again, kind of just shoot whatever we want, and in the long run it turned out with a pretty nice buck, almost a 170. So thank you guys for sticking around to the end of this video. It is very much appreciated, and I will see you next time.